welcome back to the Wise Men of Wrestling podcast. It is your boy Jay-Z. I'm here with the lads, and we are back on this fine Sunday afternoon. And we are here to do a little bit of a recording session. So, today's topic, what is it? I hear you all ask. Well, last time out, if you'll recall, we decided to get a little bit creative. We put ourselves in Creative's brain and we said, if we took over overnight, if we were the new Hunter or the new Sean, who are 3 stars that we would push to the moon and push further. Today, we're doing, if we were taking over as Creative, as Sean or Hunter, who are the 3 people, or Ava, that is also true, sorry, I should not forget. We're basically saying the opposite. Who would we not push?
Or who is too pushed right now?
Exactly. Who would we pull down a few pegs? Now, it could be from any brand.
Could be anyone.
Indeed.
Male,
literally.
female, tag team.
Indeed. So, with that being said, let's crack on. EK, my man, over to you.
Alright, so I will be starting this off with someone that I'm sure all 3 of us will likely have on our list, and that is Charlotte Flair. I think that she is arguably the most overpushed, overrated, overutilised, and just boring wrestler I've ever seen, and anyone has ever seen in their lives. I think that yes, she is really good in the ring, but on the mic she can't even talk half the time, and she's just literally utilising her father's name. So I think she's done all she can do. All she should be doing is pretty much just handing it over now to other people and having some good feuds to actually try and solidify her legacy, rather than going after the title and pretty much pushing everyone else down. So yeah, I think she's overused, overpushed, and I don't think anyone else will argue with me, but Jay-Z's put his hand up, so he might have something to say.
Before I go, Grandpa, anything you wanted to add?
I completely concur with all of that, and I just think that, her behaviour during the Tiffany feud was a pure example.
Unprofessional.
She should have been trying to build up the next generation of talent. Instead, she was basically almost like purposefully bombing promo segments and just kind of not putting in a full effort, I felt like.
She should know so much better than that.
I mean,
that's actually ridiculous.
The triple threat they had recently with Julia and I think it was Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
Julia had a spot which was doing a neck wrench. Charlotte completely no-sold it, making Julia look like a chump. That move should have been sold like, not death, but like that fucking really hurt. But Charlotte did nothing, so it just looked like Julia tripped over her neck. That's not building up the next generation. That's kind of tearing them down to make go, oh look, I'm still here. Woo!
Yeah, but no one cares. That's the thing.
That's
no one actually cares about her anymore, so she shouldn't be the level that she continues to be. It's just annoying. Right, Jay-Z, go on, carry on.
I've not put her in my list.
Are you serious?
She was on my list. I took her out and replaced her.
Wow.
I had her in there.
Interesting.
I took her out and I replaced her. Now, I agree with everything you said.
Did you both take her out because you knew someone else would probably put her in?
Yes, I thought she was guaranteed to be on this.
Well, there you go.
No,
Yeah.
actually. I took her out for other reasons.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Different.
I took her
Well,
out
it is very different anyway.
Yes.
I took her out for
Well, he's very special.
the basis of when we
Coming
are
from you.
recording this.
God, sorry.
I have named my 3 people on the basis of people that are being pushed as of right now.
I still
That
think
is-
she's being. I
she's
still
still
think
being
she's in
first of June.
a. I still think
Now,
she's in a
listen.
spotlight that she shouldn't be in. So she's
Listen.
in that theory. She still is being.
I
pushed.
agree.
She had a chance with Money in the Bank with the qualifier. I get that she's had spotlight, etc. I don't think she's quite in that title picture at the moment. Pushed as in the sense of it's not realistic she's winning it anytime soon.
Give it a couple of weeks and she'll somehow be back in there.
Maybe that's
Like,
the
it's
point.
just-
Maybe,
it's stupid.
but that's my point. She was
The
only a
point,
few
but-
weeks ago that she was being pushed in that same way. So what I'm saying is as of the 1st of June, when we are recording this, I've just gone for 3 people that I think are being pushed on their way up in that aspect.
And that's completely fair.
That's the only reason. But as I say, completely, I
Yeah.
agree with everything
Look,
you said.
Thank you. Now, it's subjective. You might think she's not in a spot that she doesn't deserve to be in now. However, she's still on TV most weeks. She still gets a segment that she probably doesn't deserve ahead of a lot of other people. And someone like Chelsea Green should be getting a lot more than she does.
Oh, I agree with that.
So there you go.
Grandpa, over to you, your number one.
My number one, sticking with actually SmackDown roster, just make it clear, I've actually done one from each roster, to be kind of fair, kind of,
Fair play.
there are people in each roster that, Irish push. And I've actually gone for someone who's a champion. I've gone with Zelina Vega, the women's US champion.
Wow.
I feel like when Chelsea Green was the champion, that title actually kind of meant something. It was fun. Zelina, she comes out, crickets, and it's just literally nobody sort of cares about her. Like she comes out, like they gave her on SmackDown, they gave her the advert entrance. She's a champion, and they came out and they gave her that. Clearly, they realised something's not working with her. So why not just get that title off her now? Maybe send that back down to NXT.
Well, they're going to, because obviously they've
Teased it with Julia.
So they're going to take it off her at some point quite quickly.
I also think potentially they might not take it off her till SummerSlam. I actually think Chelsea might take it back at SummerSlam. But that's my thought.
However, Chelsea versus Julia.
However,
that'd be nice.
However, I agree. She's not in my list. I took her out on my list as I built.
How long was your list?
Well, I built a big list, didn't I? I said I had about 8 or 9 names, and then I condensed it down. She was on those names. Now,
what the odds is going to change?
It's nothing. No, I'm not at all.
I'm watching him. He's not nothing. So that's fine.
He's been banned from typing this time, ladies and gentlemen.
It's nothing against Zelina Vega herself. She's very talented. She's talented in the ring. She's talented on the mic. The problem is she's got an entrance no one cares about.
Have you ever seen her entrance?
No one cares.
She always comes out in the adverts.
Yeah, you've seen it, but she's got an entrance no one cares about. She's got a character that no one cares about.
What's her character?
Her personality's flat. She's not the greatest from a wrestling promo in-ring point of view, but on the mic as a manager, she's much better, I think. She's much freer. So I agree with you. She's not on my list, but yeah, I think it is very, very difficult, and I think it's such a shame because she is really talented.
It's almost as if she just needs to have a few little tweaks here and there, and then she might actually be seen as...
I don't think it helps. She took the title off of Chelsea Green, who is red hot.
I can see honestly, I can see her having a really good kind of heel run, because she actually would be quite
She would
interesting.
do. She would do. If she turns around now, if she lost the title and she turned heel, she was like, well, fuck you all. None of you liked me. None of you cared when I was your champion fighting for you and doing this, and this.
Yeah.
And she turned heel and she went down that direction. A bit like, Cena with his abusive crowd, abusive relationship stuff. If she went and did something like that, it might get quite interesting again. Alternatively, I'd quite like to just see her reunite with Andrade and turn Andrade heel.
Or what about her and Aleister Black, her real life husband?
Black, yeah. All the three of them.
All three of them, yeah.
I don't care for Aleister Black personally, but that's just...
I like him.
I like him.
Okay, well, should we talk about my numbers?
Might as well let you have a chance to speak.
My first entrance
Here we
into
go.
it.
Aleister Black.
No, it's actually not. I'm going to save the most controversial and the best for last, actually.
Whoa.
I'm going to start
that
with
means guys have to stay
possibly
listening.
an unsurprising one. I appreciate that this person has improved a lot.
Interesting.
I really do. But this person should be nowhere near the spotlight they're in at the moment.
Just say it. It's Akira Tozawa. Just say it.
I love Akira Tozawa. Akira Tozawa can do everything he wants because, as Simon Miller says, goofy wrestling for life. No. For me, it's Jade Cargill. I appreciate she's improved a lot. I don't want her anywhere near a world title spotlight, and I know that they're still teasing stuff with her and Naomi, but they're moving her more towards that title picture now. I still don't think she's good enough. I don't want her anywhere near it. I don't think she belongs in that main event scene. I think she needs to do a lot of work on herself first before I want her anywhere near that spotlight. So that, for me, is my number one choice.
I think with that, they could do a good story of her building up to being like, say for example, her not getting, say, a women's championship shot, but getting the women's US championship title shot first, building that up, going through those people.
I don't think she belongs near a mid-card title. I don't think she's good enough. I don't think her character is good enough. She's strong, she's big, she's athletic.
She should have gone to NXT
great.
and actually properly trained.
Yeah, I think that would have made...
I think she'd benefit. I think she'd benefit.
Because remember in AEW, they don't have developmental... So her training was what she did every week. They don't have house shows, so they don't have...
Her training was being Goldberg.
Yeah,
but
and they don't have They don't do live events and stuff like that.
She'd benefit so much, and she'd even if she went and did some work with
Perfect.
TNA at the moment, she'd benefit massively.
Yeah.
She would. And there's so many NXT call-ups that are about to happen, as we know.
Well, there's 3 that's already happened.
Well,
Well, one's more.
Steph's confirmed.
Steph's confirmed. Jordan's coming up to SmackDown. Going to SmackDown.
Yeah, and
Is she?
Ricky Sayers.
And Ricky Sayers is coming up to. I'm not sure which brand he's going up to. Yeah.
That's why they dropped the title so suddenly.
Because the guy is red hot.
How
Revolution will be on main roster.
Sorry, can you do that again? I wish we recorded that. That was
Revolution will be on.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. EK number 2, mate.
My numero two. Before we say that, before I get onto that, has Javon been moved up now as well?
No,
or is
that was just advertised when Worlds Collide. Or Worlds Collide.
That was
Right.
Worlds Collide.
But
However,
man, I love Mr. Javon Evans.
He did not
Bouncy
look
Man
out
is
of place.
cool.
No, he didn't. He looked really good.
He looked amazing. He did not look out of place.
Bouncy Man looks cool.
He does look cool. He looks like he should be on a trampoline.
I love that every other word in the commentary was bouncy.
Yes,
Bouncy.
exactly. Right now, my number two, following on from Jay-Z's Jade Cargill. Somewhat surprising, actually. My number 2 is Bianca Belair.
I considered
Another one I
her.
considered.
What
Now,
the fuck?
the reason that I'm putting Bianca Belair in this situation, before Jay-Z's now got up and looks like he's stretching his hamstring. It looks like he's pulled something by sitting down.
No, it's fine.
And look, I'm putting Bianca Belair in this conversation purely on the basis of the fact that yes, she's decent in the ring. Like she's pretty good. She can be entertaining at times, but I think she's just gone very dry, like almost too dry, to a point where it's like where they can't really do the same thing that they've been doing with her the whole time. It's just getting a bit boring. She needs to go heel. Plus, I don't like her on the mic. She bores me. Every segment she's in, I fast forward. I fast forward her segment on SmackDown because I couldn't be bothered.
It was just,
doesn't
home.
It doesn't interest me. She bores me. I don't like the whole wiggling her hair shit. I mean, I do when she whips someone with it because I think that's actually a heel move and should be used as a heel.
And it's brutal.
And it is brutal. But I just think that she's in a spot that, with her current run, she doesn't deserve to be in a title position. She's just not. She's not it. I don't understand the hype that she's had for the last 6-7 years being on the main roster. I liked her in NXT purely because she was a heel and she was good as being a heel and being like a look at me, I'm big, I'm strong, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. That should be exactly what she should do now. She should turn heel with the Street Profits, go in a 3 and just demolish people.
Then wasn't B-Fab with the Street Profits though?
No, she's not with them anymore.
Oh, yeah, she's getting decent though.
She is, but
Needs work. But
she needs a lot of work.
one thing I want to say very quickly is I do think that WrestleMania in that match, her importance was played out more. It should have been the more important thing should have been Io and Rhea, but they basically third wheeled Io to make Bianca look more important.
Well, that's what they do.
Bianca came out for me the worst out of that triple threat match.
Yeah, but this is that happens every match with her. And I'm saying, look, she's a good wrestler. She can have a good match with anyone. There's no disputing that. The issue is, because she's always in that main event spot, she's always taking it away from someone else that deserves it more. And I guarantee she comes back after 5-6 months, which she's doing now, she'll go straight back into that main event spot, straight away, because they love her too much. And it's just annoying, because she doesn't deserve to be. She's almost like a Becky Lynch of yesteryear, where she would just come back and go straight into it. And it's just annoying, and I'm putting her in that same conversation as Charlotte Flair because of that.
Okay, yeah.
So, Jay-Z, before you piss yourself, would you like to say something?
Well, firstly, I considered putting Bianca in for similar reasons. Secondly, Bianca Hogan is the new one we're going to coin now then.
She is Bianca Hogan.
I know, I was going to say, do you know what? I agree with Bianca.
Real American.
Great. I agree with Bianca, and actually, funnily enough, I was considering putting Seth Rollins in for similar.
Wow.
But as much as and people will know this, I'm not sold on Bron Breakker. As much as I'm not sold on Bron, and as much as I'm not sold on this Seth Rollins character, because remember I said that his character needs a complete reboot, and I believe that it does. Having Heyman attached to him, I'm willing to give it a chance and listen, So, jury's still out on that. But no, I was just saying, I was going to consider Seth for similar reasons. I just think that he needed a complete kind of character change.
Yeah, because how can you make him, like say he's a heel, when he's got music that people come out and sing along to, and
Yeah,
the whole, I'm a visionary, I'm revolutionary.
They're building to something. You just got to let it cook.
Yeah, no, I know. But
But they need a presentation change.
But it's in. I
Yeah,
don't
but that's going to
like-
happen.
No,
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
he'll start getting booed. All of a sudden, something will happen. He'll start getting
Yes.
booed when he probably wins. Well, probably when he wins the title by cheating.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yes.
And then
there
it'll
will be a
just go from
change.
there.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But that's why I'm willing to just wait it
Yeah.
out. But that's what I'm saying. Anyway, Grandpa, you're number two.
My
What
number
are you saying?
2, I kind of could be considered like a bit like low hanging fruit, but from Raw, I'm going to go with Logan Paul. I just feel like he's given. Yes, he's surprisingly good in the ring. Yes, it's hard to really hate the guy because he's that good. But
So easy to hate him.
it's so easy to hate him.
That's why he's so good.
But my problem is that when it comes to when they're reading the title picture, it just doesn't work for me. Like, you've got built-in storylines there, maybe to do a Jey versus Jimmy story or a Jey versus Sammy. Why Logan Paul? I know, obviously, in terms of the Money Back match, they've had to make changes because they've really decided to not go with Travis Scott anymore. There's apparently there's issues with him to do with 2K because he's not in the game anymore.
Well, he also apparently wasn't ready and ran away.
Yeah, all of that. So yeah, but I just for me, he's just kind of. I appreciate he's trying to do full time. I get that, but like, I think he's been too pushed into the main event when I think he could do better in strengthening their the Raw mid card.
See, I agree and disagree with you on that. I think that yes, he should be pushed into the mid card and grow that, and then potentially get up to that kind of top spot. But I don't think he's being over pushed at the moment. I actually think he's there's no one else that can realistically go with Cena in that match. There's no one that's got that much heat.
True.
That would be able to go with Cena at the same level that Cena's got at the moment. I just can't. What are you doing?
DOM.
No,
No,
he doesn't.
Dom's not here
Dom doesn't
anymore.
have heat. Dom does not have bad heat
More and
anymore.
more face.
Well,
Yeah.
You can't.
Last year,
Paul
Dom,
is
yes.
Logan
Yeah,
Paul
no,
is the
yeah,
okay.
fair, yeah.
Listen to this. Logan Paul is the only one that can get outbooed at the moment by John Cena.
Yeah.
So it had to be him, and I think I actually think he deserves to be in that spot. I think he's really good. I think he's showing how good he is now. And I think
but I just think
Can I come in on this?
he didn't deserve to win the title, and he doesn't deserve to
Can
win
I
the
come in
title.
on
He
this?
deserves
Yeah.
to be in those big
only
heel
because his US
spots.
title run was so bad.
Okay, can I come in on this one? The reason I want to come in on this one is because he's actually my number 2 pick.
Go on
as
then,
Logan
go on.
Paul.
Thank
I picked him
you.
as well. I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying, right? And there's no doubt he has in-ring ability. I think there's 2 problems for me. One is the shit that comes with him outside of WWE. His past, all of that stuff. His brother, the way that he is as a person. That's one problem. The second problem for me to look past, I appreciate isn't his fault because of who he is and because of his profile. He's not had to do the same hard graft that everyone else has done. Has he been to Evolve? Has he been to NXT? Has he done LFG? Has he done a few independent circuit dates? Whatever
Has
it
he been
is.
to the Performance Centre?
He's come in and he's come straight in on WWE's main roster, and I think that's the problem people are always going to have with him. Now, as I say, I appreciate actually a lot of it. That's not his fault. You can't send him to fucking OVW.
No.
You can't send him every week to NXT because of who he is, because of his profile. I get it. For right or for wrong, you can't.
It's
And
the
I
same
understand
similar
that,
reason why you couldn't really
But-
send Jade Cargill either.
but I can't take him
Jade
seriously.
Cargill you could do.
There's a big
Ethan
difference.
Page
There's a
wasn't
big
AEW.
difference. There's a
yes,
big
but
difference.
he wasn't a star. He
But
wasn't
there's
a star.
but there's
He
also a
wasn't
big
built
difference.
Should have been there.
But there's also a
Agreed.
big difference for me. He transcends the sport. She doesn't. She's just a wrestler. He's not. He is. He unfortunately he transcends the sport because
Yeah.
of what he does.
Yeah.
It's not possible. However, I do think for me that's why he always suffers. That's why he's always going to suffer. I know that he's a horrible person. Sorry if you're listening, pal. I appreciate it's a judgment, but you know, anyone that jokes about the suicide trip that he took to Japan, anyone that's done half the stuff that he and his brother have done, said the words that he and his brother have said to people before, sorry, count me out. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But I separate the art from the artist, and when it comes to the art, for me, that's where the second problem comes in, and where he's lacking is that he's not got the wrestling experience from someone who I want to be in that position. Even someone like Javon Evans, who you could say has been in this business for like 2 years or whatever, even though he's been wrestling I think for like 4 years, whatever, even if he's only been on a professional circuit, at least he's done that time, he's had that time in NXT. Yeah. I really struggle with the fact that he just feels like an internet bloke who's come in. That's where I struggle with him, and I appreciate, as I say, it's not necessarily his fault, but send him over to TNA for a few episodes. Do an odd episode of NXT here and there whilst you're preparing to put him in that position.
Yeah, but he's almost because of his name. He's almost too big to do that. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's the same problem.
But also,
it boosts not necessarily.
You say that.
No,
but it would boost NXT. Go. Raw's Logan Paul coming to NXT. It will put eyes on NXT, more eyes on the NXT product. But also, it also then allows him.
I guess it's whether he thinks he's too big for it.
My point is on it though, and this is the last thing I'll say before we pass it over to you for number 3.
I know one thing I want to say.
Okay. My point on it is that I see what you're saying, and I'm acknowledging that it's not necessarily his fault. But for me, that is a massive reason why he would be my number 2 choice, and I wouldn't push him. I think there's more work around him that needs to be done, and I think there needs to be a shift in. First, like as I say, I think there needs to be a shift in how he's perceived in terms of just waltzing into the main roster. I don't care about what happens outside. I think he's a terrible human. I've just said that, but in this case, I'm separating art from artist. I wouldn't do that for everyone. Look at certain 1940s world leaders of a German-Austrian variety. He was an artist, didn't go very well for him. Wouldn't separate the two there. That being said, Logan Paul, separate the art from the artist. I just don't think the art is at the quality of where it needs to be and has got there quickly enough.
Also, there's one other reason we know that why he's in the spotlight. It's one word, 5 letters, Prime. That's why. It's prominent advertising on the ring. WWE very much is a marketing thing.
You've been practicing that all day, haven't you?
No, only just for the last few minutes where Johnny was just going on.
He was right.
I've been the sound of his own voice.
Right, well, I'm going to go with my number 3, so we'll finish this off. Now,
don't ramble on, whatever you do.
I won't. I'd never ramble.
No, your name's not Johnny.
No, well, I would ramble, but I'm rambling right now. I think you're going to be surprised about this one. I've actually gone for Jey Uso.
I did consider it. I'm not going to lie, I did consider him.
I genuinely, his run as champion, I know it's still going. I know it's short. It's only kind of somewhat just starting in a way. I'm bored. I actually think that he relies on the catchphrase too much. I think that's literally all he is. He's a catchphrase
and entrance.
He's a catchphrase and an entrance. He's not. I don't actually like him in the ring. I think he's sloppy. I think he's not actually as good. I think it doesn't make it look as clean as he is, as he should be. And to be honest with you, I think if Jimmy had that spot, he'd be so much better than him. And that's the worrying thing, because Jimmy's so much better on the mic. Jimmy can cut a promo. Jay, he can't cut a promo. He's boring. He can barely get his words out half the time. He takes 10 minutes to do a 2 minutes promo.
Yeah, because he gasses himself out with all the eating.
Well, that's his fault. Maybe he should do more cardio. Like, I mean, it's stupid. Like, I don't think that he deserves to. He deserves to be in the spotlight. He deserves to have been given the opportunity to be in the spotlight. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is now he's in the spotlight. He's showing why he didn't get there earlier. And that's why I think that at the moment he's being overpushed, because I think that they really should just put the title back on Gunther and let him be monstrous again.
I have but one response to that. No yeet! No. A million times no. Get the Daniel Bryan nose out, wise people. Everyone say it with me. No. I will not tolerate the Jay bashing. I'm sorry. He's been put in a terrible position. He's had to come off of the bloodline to take the championship off Gunther in possibly a way that a lot of people didn't expect. And has made him look a little bit iffy off the back of it, even though I actually thought it was quite clever.
No, I don't.
He's also with the way that he's a lame duck champion, because people know that he's not holding the title for that long either. Let's be honest. We all know he's not going to hold it for too much longer. If he's got it by SummerSlam, I'll be surprised. Certainly if he's got it by the end of SummerSlam, I'll be even more surprised.
I think he will have it for SummerSlam, just literally purely for the entrance. I'm not going to
Actually,
yeah.
People, then I don't think that they actually care too much about him being a wrestler. I think they literally think that he is the guy that's going to make the crowd go.
I think there's more than one ways to get yourself to the top of the company. I think a lot of people talk about this, and it's one of the things that I like the most. And again, my friend Simon Miller agrees with me on this.
Oh, he's your friend now. Does he even know who you are?
Which is the
back and forth on the old X. But
Yeah.
but unfortunately,
Mr. Flirting in the DMs.
But unfortunately, Miller doesn't reply.
the point being.
So you're saying he's Miller Lite?
He is Miller Lite.
The point being.
Nice, nice.
The point being, to get to the top of today's WWE, you don't always have to be the biggest. You don't always have to be the baddest. You don't always have to be the big sweaty Vince man. You don't always have to be even the most polished and best. You have to contribute to the company in many different ways. He's sold tickets for them. He's made money for them. He's sold merch for them. He's done all the Make-A-Wish things that they want him to do, all the charity events and stuff. He's been there for years. He's finally got to a place where the crowd love him. But I don't give a fuck. I think you're being really harsh with it, I have to be honest.
I'm split. I'm kind of in the middle about it because I agree. I see what some of the edit's saying, but some of it's a bit harsh. I'm seeing what you're saying as well. I am a Jey fan, I will admit that. But I do see what you're saying about sometimes his in-ring work can be a little bit off. And I do think a lot of that does come from the fact that his entrance takes a lot out of him. Because he's going to come down, all they says, he's yeeting, he's slapping Pat's hand, Michael's hand.
No, I think that's bollocks. I just think he's not technically the best wrestler. He's never going to be the most polished person. And that's fine. Look at John Cena. John Cena's a 17-time champion.
I was thinking that you were sounding like
shit.
describing John Cena.
Yes, why does he get such an unfair crap?
Okay. Look, if he's able to master a promo without just literally forgetting the words half the time, which he does because that's why it takes him so long. And don't think that that's not the reason.
I'm not saying he's best.
Hold on. I'm saying that at the moment, in terms of the position that he is in, there are definitely people out there that would be much better in that position, and that's why I'm saying that he is very much at the moment overpushed because I don't think that he's putting himself. He's not really painting himself in the best light at the moment.
I love Gunther, right? I really love Gunther. I want Gunther to be a world champion again. I just think if Gunther takes that title off of him, for example, like you're suggesting,
I'm not even saying
I'm
not even saying Gunther.
That just makes Gunther look.
You're contradicting. You just say, "I hope Gunther takes the title off and we get Gunther championship run again." You literally just said that,
and it will make Gunther look weak.
No,
because eventually, my point is, my point on this is right, and this is why I think people are really unfair on Jey.
I think Seth should take it.
I think people.
That's what I was
so do I.
If Seth should take it, then you have
Seth
chicken
can't
shit Seth
take it.
Avoiding Gunther because he knows
precisely
Gunther.
Seth can't take it off Gunther, and this is why I think people are being really unfair. I think Seth. I think the best way to protect Jey in all of this as well, and why I think Jey gets a really unfair rap for this is, as I say, he's a bit of a lame duck champion. We know that he's going to be replaced shortly. It's probably not going to be the longest reign in the world. It's not going to be a year-long Cody style.
It's really longer than his IC reign. So.
Well, yeah, exactly. But this is my point. He is the only person, credibly, that I think Seth can take the title off in a credible way, and that can give up that title without losing any credibility.
Well,
that's why I
think that Seth takes it off him, but doesn't do it clean, and that would just help build what he's trying to build. This
is why I didn't understand.
The Bro Twins will get involved.
This is why I didn't understand the need to have the Gunther match come back. I probably would have just left it. I'm not sure.
Well, no, they're doing it because they want to make Jey a bit more credible.
Yeah, they need to do something before SummerSlam, right?
Which is why
or Survivor Series even.
Yeah. Well, I think Survivor Series will likely be something to do with Seth and his cronies.
Well, actually, has Jey won a clean match?
It's not War Games.
Is it not?
No, they've said they've been advertising it. It's not. They've been advertising just a Survivor Series. No War Games.
So maybe we'll go back to finally the 5-on-5.
I would love that.
Do a Nick versus Pierce.
Oh.
And Wyatt 6 as a team though.
Oh my
no, Nick Aldis versus Adam Pearce, but with Orton on the other opposite
we'll
team.
We'll save this because this is great content for a later episode, viewers.
Stay tuned. Viewers, don't you mean listeners?
That too.
Right, go on. Who's number 3?
My number 3, I've gone down to Florida, I've gone to NXT, and I've gone with someone who might be a bit of a controversial pick considering the history-making moment he's just had. But I've gone with Trick Williams. I feel like I'm kind of over him now. Like, when he was on the hot streak, when he was in NXT with Mello...
Hollywood Trick, come on. This is his moment.
This is my problem. He's lost the heat that he had. When he had stuff with Carmelo and he was the face and he was doing really well coming out of that. But now, like, I feel like in the world we've got Ethan Page, you've got Obafemi, he's kind of getting... And even Javon Evans, he's kind of getting lost a little bit.
I don't understand why they haven't just
moving to the main roster.
To the main roster.
I don't know what his character is right now.
No, it doesn't make sense.
He would die on the main roster inside 5 minutes. Trick Williams. He hasn't got enough.
I feel like there is something missing for me for Trick Williams. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. But there's just something that's not clicking.
If they build Mello up enough, Mello up, that's their way to bring him
because
up.
What you could do is build Mello up a little bit, the animosity between him and Miz, and then have, say, Miz go, look, I brought us someone. Trick comes along, Trick turns on Miz, Mello joins with Trick, you bring that team back together again. That could be something.
Yeah.
I just think that he needs to do something different. I'm intrigued to see where it goes with the TNA stuff.
I agree. I do think they don't know what they're doing with him. It's almost like they had plans and now they thought, right, we don't think he's ready.
Yeah.
Or we're going to give that spot to someone else. And that's why he's been in NXT for so long.
Yeah.
And it's a bit silly because when he lost the title, he should have just gone straight up.
Everyone expected
that. That would have been the time.
Everyone's expecting
because they're taking too long. They don't have anything for him in NXT. They've just said, right, we're gonna put you into kind of the TNA picture to try and build up WWE and TNA.
Well, they were rumors post WrestleMania that him and Lola Vice were going to get call-ups.
I also just
Lola's gone off the rails.
Yeah,
nothing's happening with her.
They need to bring her back. Maybe do something within the Women's North American.
Who knows? Right, go on, Jay-Z.
Before his head explodes.
I also just with Trick. So I was going to say Trick as well, actually, but I've not put him in the end. But I was just going to say on Trick, I think he's screwed. He's got nothing to him.
Yeah.
There's nothing to him. He's not good enough on the mic either. I'll maintain this. I don't think he's good enough. The rap was diabolically bad. It was just, I'm going to give my answer to Joe Hendry in the most stereotypically, racially conforming way possible. I thought it was terrible.
Yeah.
I also think taking the title of Joe Hendry massively damages Joe Hendry, particularly, which is strange to me considering he's someone we know they're considering bringing to the company. However,
R-Truth has just got
breaking news. I've just read that R-Truth is leaving WWE. Breaking news. I had a thing through from on Patreon, do Fuck for Select, from Sean Ross Sapp as well. And he said that apparently WWE are just not going to renew his contract. And R-Truth has gone on Twitter or X saying that he's been released.
Wow.
My heart has just broken. The man is one of my absolute favourites and one of my heroes.
So is he done?
And he's also one of our loyal followers as well.
He is. So, wow.
I really hope that this is a ploy and
it could be a work,
and that they've pretend released someone else, and he just comes out and says,
"Oh, my bad, I'm not supposed to be."
My bad, I'm sorry.
No, but Sean Ross Sapp's confirmed that this is true. It's not a story, and it hurts, man. This guy's giving his all to his company.
Well, R.I.P. R-Truth.
He's not dead.
I love him. Everyone knows my views on Truth, but such is the purpose of this video that I'm going to push through to my number 3.
Again, there's not a video.
Well, yes, anyway, I'm going to push through to my number 3. Mostly because it's going to be controversial, and it's a group in which R-Truth has been part of.
Oh.
It is. And you have to bear with me on this one. There's logic, method to the madness.
Definite madness.
I would stop pushing the Judgment Day.
Okay.
I have feelings about this.
And there's a reason. It is not because I don't love them. It is not because I don't love everyone in there. It is because I love them, actually, that I would stop pushing them. Because I would end the fucking Judgment Day.
They have been teasing it.
Here's the thing, right? As you say, they've been teasing it, and I'll come on to that in a second. But Liv is too good. Dom is too good. They both could easily either continue what they're doing, which it looks like they're going to because they just had the kiss cam the other day in public where they actually kissed for the first time properly.
I saw that.
So it looks
What
like
does Dom's wife think about this?
it looks like, I don't know, not the point. It looks like that's either going to continue or like Roxanne's going to get involved, something like that. But
She already has
my point is they're both too big, they're both too good. They can go their separate ways. They can both be stars. Raquel bores me. I'm bored, but whatever. If she wants to hang around with Liv.
She's
but I
stiff as a
think
board.
where I'm starting to get annoyed by it is Finn. Finn is losing out big time. He
Balor.
took another pin again. Can we stop coming out with it before I say it? Thank you.
What did you say?
Pin Balor.
Pin Balor.
I stole that from somewhere else.
Finn took the pin yet again the other day. He and Dom will have an incredible singles run, but I want Finn on the opposing brand now, and I want Finn going after a mid-card title and starting to build himself back up as a single star. So, whilst I love everyone in the Judgment Day, and I would love to see what happens with JD McDonough as well, I want good things to happen with him, whether he stays aligned with Finn or not, I don't know. I don't think Roxanne needs to be dragged into this either. Roxy is so much better than that and deserves more to start her life on the main roster. So, whilst I love everyone, it is because I love them that my number 3 pick, I'm going to say, is the Judgment Day.
2 points. 1, you forgot Carlito. That's not cool.
No, I specifically didn't have anything to say about him.
And number 2, I think you're right. You need to split Finn away. And a few weeks ago, WWE trademarked Bullet Club Black. And my theory's always been that at some point, it could be the draft, but it will be that I think you'll get Finn, JD, and Roxanne will go and become Bullet Club Black in a separating opposing faction group. And this will then allow Dom and Liv, because I think Liv now is starting to get more of a face reaction for things. Do whatever you want with Raquel and Carlito, whatever. But those two, they should now start pushing as faces, because people are loving them right now. I mean, the fact the reaction she got when not loving,
very fruity.
you know what I mean? But people have had the reaction that Liv got when she came back just missing 2 weeks, and the reaction Dom got to winning the Intercontinental title.
She's getting the type of reaction that Rhea gets.
Yeah.
Which
I'm
is
bored of Rhea.
Rhea was almost on my list. Almost.
I think Rhea needs to do something new. I'm bored of
I
it.
think
I
Rhea
don't
needs-
care about
I
the
think
money.
I think Rhea needs to go to SmackDown.
I've not
Change
cared
the
about
face,
the
change
mummy
people.
stuff.
she needs to go somewhere else. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I've not cared about the mummy stuff since she wasn't bothering with Dom anymore. And to be honest, even towards the end of stuff with Dom, I was bored of it. The mummy stuff was great and funny whilst he was in prison and she was just taking over his life and all that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
she needs something new.
Yeah, great.
I think she
needs to move to a different brand. That's what she needs.
Yeah,
But
that's what I said during the draft.
Finn,
Yeah.
It's the same thing for
But
me.
then, problem is but then you also need to put Finn over to SmackDown. You've always got the potential reignition of Finn versus Damian Priest as well. That could be an interesting thing going on there. Or some people like to call him Timu Taker.
In any case.
Black Eyed Priest.
So, lads, I actually think, to be fair, that was fairly harmonious of us. We were not rude to one another for once. Well,
Not yet,
actually, you
there's
two were a
still
little
time.
bit rude. You bullied me a bit, to be fair, actually.
I
mean, you made it easy.
It does
I
happen.
think you bully yourself. To be honest.
Yeah.
But in any case, I'm going to do...
What I found interesting was how many times someone said their name. Actually, people had it on their list, but they took it off for other reasons.
Thank you
But
very much.
But
yes,
then, also the fact is that shows that these people are in that thought space of this particular topic.
Well, wise people. There you have it. That's enough. I'm going to stop rambling, and I
Yay!
hope to God these others around me are going to stop rambling.
I've
But
barely
I'm going to
spoken
pass
this
it.
episode, actually.
Oh Jesus!
You
Christ.
interjected every time you
Literally didn't get through a single sentence without it.
Just what you
EK,
just did.
There you go.
No, I literally-
Another one.
EK, over to you. Can you please give the wise people the wise outro and take us away?
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Jay-Z. Right, guys, if you want to email us, please do on wowrestling24@gmail.com. And if you want to tweet us, please do on X at WOWrestles. Please do email us with any comments, any suggestions for future episodes, and we'd love to hear from you. So, peace out, suckers!